I want to share something today that Neville Goddard once said, and I want to explain to you what this concept is about so that you can start to embody it. Because once you understand it, I believe that you understand what the true essence of manifestation is. And we can demystify manifestation and actually make it much simpler and more practical when we have this embodied understanding of it, because it gets to be a lot easier. I'm a soul embodiment mentor and a manifestation teacher, and I like to be able to take the mystical and ground it into the practical so that we can quantum leap, so that we can collapse time, so that we can start to live out our desired reality right now. It's not out there, it's right here, waiting for you to open up and receive it. So Neville Goddard once said, "Life is you pushed out." And I love this quote because so much of the time we are looking outside of ourselves at the external reality or external circumstances, and we are believing that it is separate from us. And often when we do this, we think that we are just a victim of circumstances and that we need to go out and work hard to change that situation. So whatever goal, desire, dream that you have, there's a part of you that believes that you need to go out and make it happen. But when you really understand this concept, when you really understand what Neville Goddard was pointing to when he said this, we get to simplify this process so much more, and you bring your power back. So when you look out at your external circumstances, your bank balances, the relationships, where you are living, the dynamics, opportunities that are presented to you in your life, quite often you think that you are just a victim of those circumstances. But in fact, in actual fact, that is all a reflection or a projection of who you are being, meaning your internal state, your internal vibration, which is made up of how you think, how you feel, how you behave. That sends out your dominant frequency. Now, when we believe that we are separate from the things that we desire, then we are very much operating on an ego level, and we are playing by the rules of time, linear time, and separation. So the constructs of the 3D reality. We are evolving beyond that paradigm now. And when we tap into more of the 5D reality or more of the quantum reality, everything exists as a potential for you right now. So the question is not what do I need to do to go out and make it happen or to change a situation out there. And the question becomes, who do I need to become? Who do I need to become in order for that situation, that manifestation, to be a match? And when you become really coherent with your internal signal, with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your behaviors, in alignment with your true essence, with your soul signature, life rearranges around you and you become magnetic to your desires. So life situations, manifestations don't come to you because you work harder. If that were the case, then we would see that all of the people that work so hard on this earth plane are the ones who have it all. And we know that that's not the case. It comes to you because you remember that you are what you are seeking. You remember that you are not separate from what you are seeking. Because when you remember who you are, the truth of who you are is that you are a divine soul having a human experience for the time that you are here. And in being a soul, you are connected to all that is. You are not separate from, but you are an emanation of divine consciousness, the same consciousness that created everything that exists, everything that we can see and experience in this three-dimensional reality. So if you remember that you are not separate from it, you understand your power to co-create with this energy. And the best way to co-create, the easiest way to co-create and to collapse time between where you are now and where you want to be is to already begin to live as and embody the frequency of the version of you who doesn't question, who doesn't doubt, who doesn't wait for situations out there to change, but who remembers their power and who lives as the version of them who already has what they desire. When you do this, you remember that you are whole. You remember that you are complete. You remember your true nature. And that is one of the greatest powers that you can have and that you can utilize. Because you're not coming from need. You're not coming from lack. You're not coming from scarcity. And all of those things repel rather than attract what it is that you desire. You become your most magnetic self when you remember this. I am everything. I don't need anything. But the soul is here merely to be in the experience of life, to be a vessel for manifestation to move through us. That is why you are here. And that's the magic demystified. That is the truth of manifestation. So if you are looking outside of yourself, wondering how to fix that, come back home. Meet yourself. Up level, upgrade your frequency. And then you become a vibratory match for everything that you desire. And your manifestation is inevitable. It is a byproduct of who you are becoming. So if you take anything away from this video, let it be this. Come home. You are everything that you are seeking. And rest, and this is another quote of Neville Goddard, rest in the feeling of your wishes already fulfilled.